Okay, hello guys, do you hear me now? Sorry about the issue. I think I was having issues with the mic. Can anybody confirm in the chat if you are listening to me now? Okay, hello guys, do you hear me now? Sorry about the issue. I think I was having issues with the mic. Can anybody confirm in the chat if you are listening to me now? Okay, hello guys, do you hear me now? Just a moment guys. Sorry about the issue. I think I was having issues with the mic. Can anybody confirm in the chat if you are listening to me now? Alright, now that I sorted the audio problems, sorry about that, I'm gonna start explaining you how we do this actually. So what you see here is typical Unity, right? It's just the 3D scene of the game with, I mean, here we have the audio, and here we have the in-game scene with all our objects organized here. What you are seeing here is a bit messy. Let me show you what happens when I do this. So yeah, here you see our ship approaching, and if you've seen the game, Dimension Drive is a dual screen shoot 'em up with a special teleportation mechanic where you can switch sides at any time, and when you kill enemies on one side, you recharge energy for the other. That way, what we achieve is that you cannot stay in a single place all the time. So it's a bit of shooting, puzzles, defense, all of that mixed with that cool kind of comic book story that I showed you before in the trailer. I hope you were here with me when we started. If this is not the case, I will probably put the trailer later on when we have more people on the stream. All right, and then so now that you know a bit what's the game, I'm gonna explain you how we actually develop a level, and I'll try to at least start. I don't know if I will be able to finish because it takes quite a lot, even if I already put some pieces here and there on how this is going to be done, but it will probably take me more time than just 1 hour. That is more or less what I have planned for this first stream. I mean, if it goes well, I may be doing it for a longer time, but we'll see. So, as I was explaining, this is a dual screen or dual battlefield. We called shoot 'em up, mixed with teleportation and defense and puzzle. And so this means that we actually have 2 levels in every game. In every one of the single levels, we have one on the left and one on the right. And so how we develop this? If you look at this, so here we have the ship, we have all the pieces of the background, some elements that I will talk about this a bit later. And if we go outside, you will actually see that what we have is 2 levels side by side. All right. The tricky part here is to make them work in sync. And to do that, what I normally do is I set the layout of Unity in what we call dual level design. And that what this does is this. Basically, let me close this one. I don't need that one. So what I've done is I set up my Unity editor in a way that I have the scene repeated 2 times, and I have one area, the right side part of the level on the right, of course, and the left side part of the level on the left, of course. But this requires one extra thing, and that's something that you don't see at the moment. That is this. Normally, I have the game in my second screen, but as today I'm gonna be streaming for you guys. What I will do is I've modified the setup slightly to have the game also inside one single screen, which will be a bit more cumbersome for me because I will have to be switching from here to here, back and forth every now and then to be able to develop the level. But that's okay. So far, I think more or less this is what I wanted to show you for the moment. So let's start. So what do we do? The first thing that I normally do is I disable the background, because even if it's nice and all, it's something that first I don't want to touch, because it's something that normally Max takes care of it. And second, it's more difficult for me to design the level if I have to sort out through all these pieces of background. So I'm gonna disable the background on both sides. And there we go. Okay. So now the next thing I do is I need to know how far the screen is stretching on both sides. So I need to know, namely, I need to see where are the boundaries of this, right? So in order to do that, I use just some temporary objects that are these ones that we normally then remove for when we are building. This is just for me to have some guidelines on where are the edges of the screen. If you have questions, by the way, some of my colleagues are in the chat, and they'll be happy to help, I'm sure. So, where was I? Yeah. I was explaining you that I use these temporary objects just to mark the borders of the screen, and we have the two levels side by side. It's important also for me to have these areas here that you see. This allows me to, when I move in one of the sides of the game, it allows me to align both areas inside the editor in a way that I see more or less that they are aligned. And it's also a very easy way for me to organize the different squadrons of the enemies and the levels. So, but I'll come to that later. For the moment, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start actually without any enemy. So I'm gonna be disabling all the enemies here. And I'm gonna be disabling all the enemies there. Because first I want to start slowly, so I will start only with doing the environmental hazards. In Dimension Drive we have a very big part. Problem is if I disable the enemies, I don't see the area, so I should enable them back again, even if I don't need them. So I'll do it like that. And what I will do is I'll go area by area. So I will start from the beginning, and I will leave the first two areas so that at least I can see them. Okay? And I'll disable the enemies inside them. That way I can still see the areas that I'm gonna be working in, and at the same time the enemies will not bother me. Saving now. So let's go for this. Okay. So if I show you the game now, let me get the gamepad. I can play with the keyboard also, but I'm more of a gamepad person myself. Okay, so if we see the level now, we don't have any enemies. And for some reason Unity is not picking up my gamepad. but fortunately my keys are working. Okay, now it's working. So now we have some basic background around and nothing else. Yeah, you saw something moving there. I will explain later what that is. Fine. Let me put some music of the actual game before we continue. This is all the music that you are going to be hearing today is actually music that is work in progress for the game. That's done by Jose. I think Jose is in the chat also in case you want to ask any question to him. By the way, if the music is too loud or whatever, just let me know, right? And if you cannot hear the music, let me know also. Okay, let's go back to designing the level. So now that I have these two areas ready without enemies, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be playing with the environment. And I want this level to use a lot of environmental pieces and hazards. So I'm going to be playing a lot with the rocks, and I'm going to be playing a lot with this element that you see here. Let me explain this. This element that you see here, this is a switch, and this switch is actually linked to this door here. I mean, you don't see a door now, but trust me, it's linked to this. In which way? Let me show you. So let's take, for example, this rock from here. Okay. And I'm gonna rotate it just like so, and then let's take this one also and drag it over here. Okay, so I'm gonna position this one in here also. And so now I've created this kind of passage, and I have this door here. There's something strange going on here. Oh yeah. I will take this door and I will duplicate it. As I want them to be properly aligned, what I'm going to do is to use vertex, and there they go. So this one will move. So I have now these two pieces here, okay? And the idea is that when you hit this switch, these two pieces will open. And this allows us to create passages and gates that are not only static colliders around the environment, but also things that you have to activate and decide on the spot what to do. So this one should actually go 100 to the right, and both of them are linked to the same switch. Hopefully, yes, because I just duplicate them before. Okay, so let's see how it works. Okay, now we have that door there. For some reason I don't like how it's looking. Okay. Let's see now. Okay. Okay, so you see now we have a door. Not very difficult, right? Yeah, so as you see, when we hit this switch or we touch it, it just opens and we can cross. Now the trick is to create some areas that are nice to play, I would say. So try to do that. This switch is very easy to take, and we don't want that. We want that people struggle for it. So I'm gonna be moving it a bit over here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna block the path, something like so. Yes. Let's move the switch further up. Let's take this rock here. Move it here. And yeah, let's take this one. Okay. And I'm gonna be taking this one and that, making it double. So I want to block this side of the area. I need a bit more. So I'm just gonna be doing that. Okay. So now we have a pretty good blockade there. It's probably a bit difficult to start like this. Let me show you what I mean. I mean, you start and right off you are at this rock. So I'm gonna move everything a bit further up. Okay. And I don't want to move the area, of course. So let's say I put it there. Okay. And I align these here, so when they are aligned, I should have these doors actually, along with these, also a bit further up, because you need to open them and cross them. Okay, let's do it like that. I'm gonna move this rock here, and over here I don't need anymore. Hi guys, welcome to the stream. If you are just arriving, we are doing level design for Dimension Drive. You have all the links here, and some of my colleagues are also in the chat, so don't hesitate to ask questions if you have. I hope you like what we are doing. So let's see how it looks now. Ooh, okay, fine, and I have to switch fast. Okay, so now it's looking better. Close this one. Okay, so I have that already set up. Let's move forward. Now I put this here, and this one here, so that it's aligned. Okay, so I have the two areas aligned now, and so the typical path would be to come from here, enable the switch, open the gate, and then you will teleport to the other side, and then you would be here, right? So you would be here, and let's do something now that I cannot show you yet. Let's put now some lasers. Lasers are always nice, right? Level elements. No, this is not here. This the enemies here. Sorry. Now the laser ones. Spawner, and there they are. So I want to put it in around this area, so I have to go for the right side area of the enemies, take the area 2, and just drag and drop one of these ones. And here we go. So I'm just gonna leave it here so that you see what happens when this is actually spawned, because what you see here, I mean, for the for certain elements like the environment, we just at the moment we are just placing them there. We probably plan to spawn everything in the future, so we will do this level design, but then it will be loaded on the fly. For the enemies and the other stuff, what we actually do is you see this is just an empty game object. There's nothing here except a transform, the box collider, and one of our scripts. And what this actually does is, as you see here in the structure that we have for our enemies, we always have art, code, and spawner. And this means that we have the objects that I use to design the levels are these ones, the spawner objects actually, and then we have the code and the art objects. And what will happen is when the cameras that are over here actually cross the area where they touch these spawners, they will activate and they will load code and art spawners. Probably Alejandro will explain you better this when he does his stream tomorrow. Okay. So I was saying I put some laser here, and this is just a spawner. Let's see what happens when I hit play and we see it in motion. Okay. So this is the first area that we created before. I shoot at the switch, I open the gate, I cross to the other side, and yeah, there we have one laser. Okay. It's not very dangerous there in the way it's showing up, so let's do something more tricky. I'm gonna be taking this one and I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna put it here. And I'm going to rotate it a bit. So say something like that. And let's see if I placed it properly. Like that. Okay, we arrive here. We activate the switch. We jump. And now, yeah, so we have one laser now. I have to properly adjust it, but yeah. So I can go far more to the right. By the way, guys, can you let me know if the stream is working fine, if you see any problems with the audio or the music or quality of the video? First time that we stream, So I want to make sure that everything is running smoothly. Okay. There we are. Okay, so I put it to close. Perfect. Okay, so I have this initial area more or less laid out now in terms of environment, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to backtrack and populate it. So what I mean by that is that I'm going to be adding enemies to these two areas. Okay. I already had some squadrons here from before. So I'm just going to activate these ones and see where they are. Okay. Okay, so it's good enough. Let's move these ones over here. And these ones over here. In a way that they are blocking your path to the switch. And in case you decide to take this other route, we'll have to put something there also to make it more complex. But actually, on another note, I'm going to use a laser tower, a laser turret. This one that I have here. So I'm going to duplicate this one and bring it over here. And actually I'm going to put it here. And if I remember correctly, it's pointing 45 degrees there, so it's pointing in that direction. And then I'm going to place another one right over here. But this one I want that it points to this direction. Something like that. Let's see if it works properly. No, it's not working properly. For some reason now the camera is missing something. It's missing the layer. That cannot be right. So let's change that. Let's see the squadrons. Okay. So this one is over here. I know what the problem is. Problem is, so these are the cameras, right? If we put enemies that are here, let me try this. Yeah. What happens is that as the cameras start in this area, if I put an enemy already inside the camera viewport, it will not spawn, because it will never cross the camera. So I need to take the enemies and put them before that. This only happens at the beginning of the level, of course. So let's put it like so. I'm going to rotate it to 0 and then point in this direction. Okay. Can still adjust it a bit more. Oh, I died there. And I actually have the same problem here. I just realized because I died against something that was kind of invisible, so, and that's because I'm starting the level in a place that is actually too early for it to start. So let me remove this squadron here, and I'll just put this one more like so. That should do it. Yeah, you start a bit slow, and you cross this. Yeah. And what we can actually do is we can bring all the gates a bit further down. I think it would be better. Because now, the way it is placed, otherwise, when you arrive to the switch, the gate is already past you. When I develop without streaming, I have my second screen and I have the game on the second screen, so I can see this much easily. Let's move it a bit further down. I have to align it actually with this. Let's see now. There. Still is a bit too easy to get this one. So what I'm going to do is to make it a bit more complex, just like so. Wait, I deleted some. Yeah. Okay, I want this one. There. and I'm going to put this one right over here. So, and this squadron of enemies a bit farther up. Okay. I will take this a bit more there. Okay. Better this way, I would say. Let's try how it works. Yeah. Now I cannot cross over here, so I have to kill the enemies, but by doing so I still don't activate the switch. I have to get here. It becomes more interesting this way. And the laser turret is very far away. It's almost no danger here. So I'm going to take it along with the rock and move it farther down, something like that. And there it goes. Let's see now. Oops. These things need to be adjusted. That's a tricky part of level design. I mean, it takes a lot of time to make a level that is nice to play. You could just put objects randomly, but yeah, it will not do. And when we have the two levels side by side, it's even more complex, as I was saying before. So if you guys have any question or you want me to explain anything about the development of how we are doing this, just feel free to ask. I'm here to answer your questions. For those of you that are just connecting now, just to let you know that this is Dimension Drive level design live, and Dimension Drive is now a game that is on Kickstarter, so if you guys like what you see, please help us out. And I'm gonna continue then. I've been designing the first area more or less of the level so far, and now it's a bit empty. It's just a couple of rocks, some gate to open, and very few enemies, a laser turret. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start upgrading it. So we need probably some bullets for that. So here, when you actually exit from this area and this one, I'm going to put some enemies here and here that will shoot at you. Let me see. So we come over here, then we go to these areas here. I had here a squadron of 4 of scouts, but these are only scouts. And scouts, well, scouts fire, but in this case scouts Mark 1, that is our easiest types of enemies, don't fire. So I don't want these ones. I'm gonna see if I have something more challenging farther down. Okay, here I have a fighter. I'm going to duplicate it, make sure Unity doesn't screw up with my naming, and drag it to this area. And now it's very far away, so I'm just going to show it there. Okay. For some reason it's not showing up. Okay, there it is. So, just leave it here for the moment. I'm gonna remove the rotation that it originally had, and I want to see what it does. So it's configured in a straight direction, so I'll just go down and it will be shooting at you, just for you to see. So we start like this. These ones, we enter, we open the gate, then we switch to the other side. Oh, the laser killed me before you could see the enemy. Okay. So now I know that the laser is coming. I switch, I switch, I switch. Okay, that's good enough. Probably I should put it here. Okay, and then what actually happens is that as you have the laser in this area, what people will do is they will switch to the other side when they arrive there. So we need some action going on this side instead. To do that, I'm going to move to the enemies on the other side, and I'm going to put, because this is the beginning of the level, so I'm going to put some ones. I should have this one, yes, right here. I have one squadron of 6 circular. So I'm going to move these ones here. This squadron is going to minus 45 degree direction. Okay. Let's see how it looks. It's played. Okay, cars in there. Oh, laser almost got me. Laser there is tricky. It's probably too soon after the so I don't like it. I'm gonna move it over here. And these ones, I'm going to reverse the order of how these ones are located. I will put these ones here and that one there. And let's see if this looks better. Okay, switch. Take this one, kill these ones. The problem is now, yeah, the way it is designed, this switch before now, I still don't like it because now the laser is totally useless here, so I'm gonna be moving it down again. Just a bit like so, and I'm gonna take all these enemies. And move them farther up. Let's do the trick. Ouch. Yeah, this one is too close to the laser when it appears, so let's move move it over there. And I realized also when I was crossing this passage, it felt a bit empty. So let's overlay that also. And that would be in area 1. And I'm just going to use these simple ones. Let's put them over here, something like this. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that's much better. Still, let's make it more challenging. So let's duplicate this, and let's find. We have some Mark II around here, or I have to find them. Okay. No. Okay, let's grab one then. I'm gonna be grabbing one from here, from my resources. Enemies. These scouts. Here they are. And this spawner. And if I'm not mistaken, it should be the Mark III. And the Mark III is fighting at an angle. It's the Mark II that is not fighting at an angle. So I want these ones. And I want to put them in area 1 right with these guys. Okay, so right here, let's move it over here. Let's take these ones. And this one will go over there. You have questions, guys, or you want something in the level? You say this would be cool to add there or whatever. Just pop in and let me know. Yeah, now we have some fire coming at us, and a laser. So the area is starting to come alive. Oh, and they hit me. I'm going to be doing something for a moment because for some reason I think my gamepad is not being recognized. So I'm going to save this and just restart Unity. One moment, just a second, guys. Okay, let's see now. Yeah, now my gamepad is working and I can play test the levels much better. It's very important because the way we design levels in a game like this, you really need to design an area, play it again until you find that it plays nice. For example, I don't like this enemy here. Let me show you again. So start. Let's start. I kill these ones. I come over here. I open the gate. These ones can be killed. Fine. Switch. You take the power up. And then, yeah, you are here, and this one already escaped you, and there is no way that you could try to catch it, that you will get into the enemy fire, and that will not be a good idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this rock, or actually move it right over there, and put this further up. Oh, and by the way, we have a new bugger in our Kickstarter. That would be Ghost Graph. thanks a lot, Ghost Graph. Thank you very much, and it's really nice to have you here. Come again anytime. And if, as I said, if you have any question, I see you in the chat. Feel free to pop in and tell us what you think. Thanks a lot, man. All right. Where was I? I was moving this enemy over here. So let's see if we put it there, if it works better. I'll kill this one. Shouldn't have died there. Shouldn't die. Okay, yeah. Now it's fine. And let's add some more. So I'm just going to make this one double here. Make sure Unity doesn't mess up with my naming. Yeah. Cool. Okay, I don't know if you realize that these guys over here are actually too close to this rock, and what happens is that when they appear and they are rotating, they crash against the rock. I just realized now, so I'm going to be moving this rock further up and see if it happens again. Gate. Okay, seems a bit better. Still want to make sure. Oh, I died. But okay, this is what I wanted to see. You see these guys rotating over here? They are too close to the rocks still. They don't crash. It's not nice. The other option is I can lower them a bit further. Put them a bit lower there. Let's save what we have done so far. Open over here. Okay, cool. Okay, so into the next area. This is how we normally design levels. I mean, we start slowly, we populate a bit all the areas, and once all the areas are done, we go again over all of them. So actually creating a level takes a lot of time. It's not just, I mean, we have been here doing 1 hour mostly. Yeah, I was doing some explaining also, of course, but I would say that in half an hour I did roughly 2 areas. And if you check here, this level should have at least 12 areas to be a level of a considerable length. Okay, so we have that. Let's activate area 3 there, And let's do the same with the other side. And you see that when I activate the areas, actually what happens is that some enemies show up there. That's because what I've done is I've already taken a previous level that I already had designed, and instead of starting from scratch, I started from that level. So I could do all of this all over again, but it would take me ages. So I just reload that level, I save it with another name, and move things around to make it more complex and different. Okay, so what I want to do here is we have arrived to this place, and before actually showing the enemies, I want to play a bit with lasers there, and also on the other side. And what I'm going to do is something like this, you see. Let's align these two areas. Okay, now it's more or less aligned. Yeah. So, well, I don't want this one, but I want this one. I'm going to put this one over here. And these ones are just about fine. I just want to open them a bit more, because what I'm going to create is going to be otherwise too difficult. Okay, so I have this environment. The environment is okay as I want it now to be. And then let's play a bit with the enemies inside here. And what I'm gonna be doing is, instead of putting enemies, because I want this area to be really jumpy, so you won't have to teleport that way. So I'm going to take some laser turrets. And there we go. Okay, I have one here. And normally when you place them, they are just pointing down, so just like so. And I want them to actually, what I want to do here is create sort of a grid of lasers, and to do that I'm just going to rotate it like this. So just make it okay, 90 degrees. And let's put another one. And this one I want here, not so close, and this one at 90 degrees. And I'm going to be doing the same on the right side. So let's put one here, and let's put another one. And so this laser will be here, so I want this one to be showing up a bit farther up. That would be somewhere around here, and I want it to be firing in this direction, so that would be 90 degrees here. And this one should be actually after this one, so I have to move it farther up, and something like here should do. Let's try like this. I'm probably putting them too close, but I just want to get a feeling for it and how it goes. Let's try now. Okay, I take this, get these ones, Okay. And something is very wrong here. I don't see my turrets. and this is because why this? What's happening with these ones? Did they spawn directly in the rocks or something? Or okay, this one is wrong. I just realized it should be one. Let's open these ones a bit more to see, make sure that this is not the problem. Okay, there they are. Okay, that's totally wrong. Although it's giving me ideas, it could be interesting for later. So let's rotate that one. And now let's close this a bit further. And we have another backer in our Kickstarter. Thank you very much, David. Which to this David 8. Thanks a lot, David. You have a cool name, actually. That's my name also. Thanks a lot, man. All right, let's go back to show you how we're doing this. So, actually, we have replayed this area a lot already, and it's one trick. Let me see if it works. There is one trick. Sometimes it messes things up, but it may allow me to go directly to where I want to go. That would be if I take this one and that one and just move them somewhere, let's say over there. Let's see if that's any good. Yeah. Ouch. Yeah, that way I can start the level from here, so that's much easier. Now I have to restart the level every time from the same area. Okay. Here, this right over there. Again. Okay. Okay. So there's one way actually where I can fit this in the proper place. With two screens it's much easier, believe me. So I take this one. That should be, let me see, this in the right side, so it should be this one, yes. And it's at -49, so that's this one, yes. See, it's at -49, so I'm gonna move it until I like it, something like that. and that's 49 here. And then I want to move the other one, which is this one. Put something like so. And that would be minus 65. So I have to put them at 49 and minus 65. So let's do that. This one at 49. And this one at minus 65. And that should adjust them if I made things right. Okay, too much. So for 64 and 48. Still. For some reason, I'm adjusting them too much. Okay, let me check what's going on here. Okay, I see what's going on. The colliders for the rocks are actually convex ones. You see? That would be a non-convex collider. So what happens is that even if it's not touching the rock, it's actually colliding with it. So what I need to do is to place them in places where this is not happening, or to fix it like this. That should be better. And the same happens here. So I'm going to rotate this over the x-axis 180 degrees. No, I don't like it like that. Actually, I'm going to use some of these ones. Let's see now. Okay, now it's looking better. I will just adjust that later on. And I'll continue designing the level. So let me play that area and see how it looks. Okay, so here it's impossible, as you see. They are too close, and that was then this one. This one the problem. Let's align these two areas. Yeah, you see these two are too close, so it's almost impossible. What I'm going to be doing is I will move this one further up. And then we will have the same problem with this one. So I'm going to move this one over here. And this will further up. That should do it. Let's see. Okay, much nicer. Yes, yes, yes. This is what I wanted. And now, before I did something by mistake, but I actually liked how it looked. So you see, sometimes mistakes are a good idea. So let's make another one of these laser ones and see if this works. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put it here, but this time I wanted to this time I wanted to point something like in that direction. Let's see what it does. Yeah. A bit more like this. Yes. Oh, and we have another backer. Thanks a lot, Nelson. Thanks a lot, Nelson. Thank you for helping us make this, and thank you for joining us in the stream. As I was saying before to the other guys, if you guys have any question or you want me to show you anything regarding the game or something is not clear, please do ask in the chat. That's what I'm here for. So I wanted to put this turret to create sort of a grid here that is a bit more complex than just jumping side to side. So let's do that and see how it looks. Okay, that was bad. Okay, let's make it something like that. Okay, I like it. So I'm going to do now exactly the same, but on the other side here. Okay. This one, first I will remove the rotation and I will rotate it something like this. I hope this area is not getting too complex. And on the other side, I'm going to be doing something similar. I'll put this one here. put it somewhere there. And I want it to fire in something like this direction, more or less. Let's see how it looks now. Okay, cool. Good. Yeah. It's looking more alive, right? Now we need probably some bullets. So let's take one of these guys. And yes, add one in the area 3. And I want also one for the other side. So I'm going to be bringing it over here to area 3. And I need to remove all of these. So there it is. And I will put it somewhere like here. Probably that's too complex, so let's put it here, just in the middle of these two turrets. Let's see how it looks. Sorry, I forgot. I wanted to take this one. Now I'll put this one, something like this. Ow, and they kill me. Let's do it again. Okay. Jump here, I jump over here, then I jump over here. Oh, it's getting too complex probably. I'm going to move this one over here, and this one here. Yeah, it's still too complex. This enemy is in a position where you can barely hit it, so I'm gonna be moving it further up, and the same with this one. And what I will do instead is I will use some of these vertical squadrons that are much easier to kill. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Yeah, now it plays better. So when we exit this area here, I want to see exactly which place you end up, most probably. Come on, you shouldn't die there. Okay, switch over here. Still complex there. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm dying a lot now. I shouldn't be dying. It's my own game. Okay, so now it's better. Yes, so you end up on this side. So I'm gonna be closing these two areas. Okay. And when you arrive here, I want an area that is a bit more open and where we can fight a bit more with more enemies rather than just the rock. So I will move this around. This one I don't need to move it over here. Then we will see what we do with it. For the moment, let's leave it there. Okay, so this is area 3. Something like that. Okay, so in area 3 we have these ones already here, and we have all these turrets, so let's see what we do with area 4. And area 4 over here. So what I want to do is, I have these ones. I don't want this rock here. It's filling too much screen. Put these ones over here. And then I want some. Let's see if I have some. This is what I wanted. So I'm going to take this one here. And there they are. So this guys is just squadron of 3, and they go into a semicircular left direction. So they will come doing something like this. And that means that if I put them here, they are covering not too much ground. So I'm going to move this rock over here, and I'll take this squadron of guys and put them somewhere like so. Just duplicate them. I want to have them double time. There they are. Something like this in here, with these guys in the middle, and then I want another one of these, but this time I want to make them go to the right. So for that I need to change the values here. Right, and to the right. So now I have a squadron that goes to the right, and I will be putting them here along with these ones here. Then finally, to complete all of this, I would like some of the scouts that fire at you. I don't know if I have from these ones before. No. So I'm gonna be taking them from the enemy list. Scouts, here they are. Yeah, these ones. So let's put some over here. And another one there. something like this. So it's actually better to do it the other way around. So I will put the. I will leave the land like this because these ones take more damage. So when you shoot at them, you will not be able to kill the other ones that are behind them. So it will be a bit more complex. Let's try how it works like this. They are arriving too close. So let me move all these rocks. Let's make sure I'm not taking the enemies. Things slowly. Yeah. These ones. I'm gonna take these ones. But I don't want to do like that. I want to take the full area like this. So let's move it a bit further up. And this guy can also go a bit further up. Move all these 4 ones right over here. That way they will not die so easily when you touch them. Yeah, now it's better. Yeah, now you're right here. You have this one. Yeah, that one. Take power up. Fight these ones. Yeah. Getting more complex. And yeah, these ones on the right side. And I didn't realize I enabled these ones. Let's go to the left. But there are far too many here. So I'm going to remove this squadron. Just leave these ones. And I'm going to put them over here. And this guy also goes up. Yeah, as you can see, there is a lot of tweaking because it involves playing and playing until you find it that it's playing nice. And sometimes they kill me when they shouldn't. Okay, let's do this. Okay, the problem is that power up there is not helping you at all. And you actually exit over here, so I'm going to locate it here. That is, I mean, you still have to approach the right side. It will be difficult to pick up, but okay. Now I have it, and I have a bit more firepower to deal with everything that's coming at me. And yes, now it can be done. And now I have this guy over here. I'm starting to like how it looks now. Okay guys, so for those who just joined this stream, this is Dimension Drive level design, and Dimension Drive is a dual screen teleportation shoot 'em up where you can at any time change from one screen to the other, and that's why you see actually two levels, because we designed two levels at the same time. And we are now in Kickstarter, so make sure to check that up if you like it. Like us there, and also follow us here on Twitch if you like our live streams. We're gonna be doing more of these. Okay, so let me continue then. And as I said before, if you have any questions, just ask in the chat. I'm here, and I think some of my colleagues are also around. Okay, so we finished with area 4. That was a bit more shooting, more enemies shooting at you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to block this again. I have all of that there, so I can just take all of these, put somewhere over here, and take this one. This one I don't want at the moment, because what I'm going to do is actually, so let's enable area 5. There. So we've already done until area 4 of the level. I'm gonna be doing area 5. First of all, let's align both things. Okay, yeah, because assuming this one was higher on the other side, they were not aligned. Now they are aligned, more or less. Yeah, there they are. Perfect. So what I want to do now is that after you come over here, I want to play again with the switches and the doors, like we did at the beginning of the level, and I want to mix that with the enemies also. So let's go there. So I'm going to be putting a door here. There they are. Okay. So we put this one here, and then another one here. To make sure that they are properly aligned. Yeah, okay. Put this over here. Okay, so now I need a switch on the other side. I mean, I could have the switch here, but it wouldn't make any sense to put it on the same side. So let's take a switch and put it somewhere here. There it is. I'm just gonna leave it here for the moment, and I need this switch goes to that door. So that one goes there. And that one goes there. And this one is going minus 100, so this should go 100 to the right. There it is. So let's see how it plays. Okay, we close the lasers. Enemy, take the power up, or firepower. I missed that one. Yeah, so now we are here, and we have no issue in crossing. And actually, we don't see the switch, and that's because, if I'm not mistaken, the switch is on the wrong layer. Correct. Yes. Okay. So the thing is, now I can perfectly cross over here, so there is no point on having this door. I'm going to correct that. Let's try something like this. Take the switch and sorry, we have this one over here. Fuck that. Something like this should be okay. Okay. Oh, I died there. Okay, we've played already the areas of the lasers, so what I'm going to do is, to avoid having to play that again, I'm just going to move the cameras like I did before. That way I will start further up and I will not have that problem. Something like here. Perfect. Yeah. So that's more or less what I wanted. Okay. Okay, so let me see. We finished area 5 with these rocks over here. And now when you exit this area here, what I want to do is that you are greeted with some lasers. Yeah. Okay. So, but before we move to that, I'm going to take some more doors that I'm gonna be putting some over here. And one switch over here. And it should be that one. Yes. We have corrected the mistake that we had before, so now it's in the environment layer, no problem anymore. Let's see if at least I can arrive to area 6 and do alpha level today in this stream. So what I want to do here is that when you exit this, you will have some lasers coming at you. So that will go into the enemies, into the area 6. So let's enable area 6 on both sides. I don't want the enemies for the moment, I just want the areas. So let's disable the enemies that I had before. And I'm going to take resources. Here they are. So I take one turret and let's put it there. I'm gonna be doing something like that. And then I want another one just on the opposite side. Let's see how I do. Yeah, it looks bad because I forgot to rotate this one. This one is at 0. And it should point something like that. This one I'm having it do like this, 310. This one is to -50, so they are doing the same thing. And this one is complaining that it doesn't have a switch. You see it here. Let's assign that switch that we have over here. And then we will see what we will do with it later. So it's this door, and this switch is that one. Okay. So now the arrow must should go away. Okay. Perfect. Okay. This thread was too close. Apparently. For some reason, this one is colliding with this one. Let's move it far away. Let's see what happens now. Oh, I made a mistake. Yow. Okay. Okay, it's pointing in the other direction. Why? Oh. It almost killed me. Oh, but now I can barely cross. No, I cannot cross. And that's because the way I put it, it's too close. So what I will do is I will just move this over here, and also this one. I'll just move them over here for the moment just to see how it looks, if I can teleport in between them or not, in the way they are put there. Oh. Yeah, as possible. Perfect. So we have reached area 6, and I'm going to be having a break, guys. Moment. Okay, guys. So thank you for coming here, and I hope you enjoyed the stream of how we do level design. I'm gonna be shutting the stream for, I guess, half an hour or an hour, and maybe I guess I'll come back later in 1 hour or so, and I'll try to finish this level. So if you want to pop up later, just come here, and I'll be right back.